Is this the end of the Litli-Hrútur volcano? Let's just study the seismogram. Seismogram shows that the eruption is yet continuing strong. Slight downward trend maybe is just the beginning of a bigger process or just a passing trend that may be reversed. This chart shows a lot of tremors due to the bubbling of the magma which is present. And that's the reason we have these bubbles coming at the surface, erupting the way that we see. These are big bubbles bursting. Inside the earth also they create this kind of, tremors that we pick up by the seismogram. The early morning, this was the sign. At the moment, you see a lot of smoke. These smokes are called fumaroles. They are the top of the magma chamber, the lightest part of it. They come first at the surface. And when you see these things, a lot of sulfur is contained in these fumaroles. They give that white, yellow color gradually added to the surrounding environment. They stain it practically. Then the magma chamber evolves as the temperature falls. Different crystals. We have already seen the pleasure glaze crystals. That means that the magma is a little bit cooler than what it was in the mantle. It is a magma chamber inside. The magma waits there, churns and evolves, and then it erupts. I have a video about when the Meradalir and the Fagradalsfjall volcano finished. Compare it with this one.
I'm not saying the volcano is finished. This is not the end. But we have significant reduction in the activity. Harmonic tremors are almost flat now. They may rise again, we don't know. But at the moment, this is what we see. That means the magma is present, but is not being added to it anything. And that's earthquake chart shows the same. So we see the volatile part of the magma, which is this smokes that you see, gases, are being released. But we don't see, at least from this angle, any lava jumping out or sprouting out. We may be in the phase that will go for a rest and erupt again.
Fagradalsfjall volcano is getting cold. We used to see a lot of fumaroles, heat emanating from the volcano, from different parts of it. And this is all now what we can see. Single dot, just to the left of the center slightly. And that's all. I hope I'm wrong, but this volcano, it doesn't seem it is going to erupt, at least in near future. Volcano is getting cold. That's bad for a volcano. Why Fagradalsfjall volcano cannot or will not erupt? It's a while that the tremors have remained more or less constant. I draw a line to show that this is the average that it has for the tremors. It means the depth is 5 kilometers. That's the thickness of the crust there. So practically nothing comes to the crust. What we have is a downward movement in the Gelderlinga Valley, and this downward movement has created this fissure eruptions that we have here. These are the extension of the mid-oceanic ridge. As they move, the magma can rise, relieves the pressure on the magma on the mantle, and the magma rises, get heated up, and then erupts. What we have now in the north of this area, when the extension is happening yet, in the south we had this extension already happened. In the north we don't have that extension. It has to move, otherwise the land cannot actually accommodate this movement which happened in the Fagradalsfjall. So the north side has to move also. That's the reason we have these earthquakes, swarms of earth. It's like a zipper practically. The south part has opened, north part has to open up to accommodate this movement that we have here. This is the view toward the Litli-Hrútur volcano. We have a lot of tremors in that direction. Litli-Hrútur, of course, itself is just a hill. The south, in the plain part of it, which is a valley, and the fissure opens there when the blocks of rock which are dropping down as the movement toward the west of the valley happens, these blocks of rocks. In front you can see this is the Gelderlinga eruption, the fault line causing this eruption. To the north of it we have this And the yellow line shows the movement that it has accommodated already over the past several thousand years. Now we have more movement in this direction because the eruption, practically, these movements. It has to move on the north side to accommodate this motion. And this is going to do it now because this earthquake shows that this movement is happening. Whether this will lead to eruption now or 20 years from now, we have to wait and see. But this motion continues. The mid-Atlantic ridge is opening up like anywhere else in the world, like in the Indian Ocean or Arctic.